Hello and welcome to another review. So today's review is a little different because I did some research. And I don't know if that was a good thing or a bad thing. I know I welcome comments on this page of you watching if you agree with me or don't agree with me. And that's great, but before I drink the brandy, I never look up any reviews. I guess I don't like any spoilers. So this particular one, though, I broke that and I did some research. So first of all, let me introduce you to the brand, and then I'll tell what I found, and then we'll see what I feel. I'd like to introduce you to the very famous, award-winning E&J VS Brandy. Very popular, literally award-winning brandy. Now, I have not had any. What is gone from this is sitting right next to me in my glass waiting to be drank. So I have not had any yet. Before I share with you what I found online, let me just tell you a few random thoughts. This is 40% alcohol. I think we all know, Ernest and Julio Gallo. They're famous for, so much. This brandy was first introduced in their line in 1975. And I just have to say, sexy bottle. Look at the curves on this thing. It moves up. It's all slender. And if you can see the side here, make sure that's on tight. It's just, look at the curves. Loving it already. The color's even sexy. Look at that. I mean, that's sexy brandy. Seriously, sexy brandy. Now, because this is such a well-known brand, I Googled it, and I found two very interesting things. Well, first of all, according to the Ernest and Julio Gallo website, this is what they consider their value brand. So they have a VSOP and another one I'm blanking out on in a minute, which are a little bit more expensive. This is literally, in their terms, value brand. But as I've said in other videos, value doesn't mean bad. It just means affordable, really. It, according to the website, has flavors of apple, oak, and vanilla, which sounds enticing, except for the fact is I don't eat oak trees. So I find it interesting to see something like, he's essentially saying this tastes like something that I don't eat. I don't eat trees. Maybe they're thinking of the oak barrels that brandy is usually in, and they're comparing it to that, saying it has that oak flavor that brandy sometimes has. I don't know. Also, this is put in those barrels for 2 years. Okay, that being said, I looked at a few reviews. Yes, this is award-winning. Yes, it's seems to be well-liked, but well-liked by, well, I don't want to say the critics of brandy, but I found a lot of people online going, this is not a good brandy. It doesn't taste good on its own. It doesn't taste good mixed, and it has a bad aftertaste. So I don't know who to believe. Is this like Star Wars and Star Trek and Doctor Who, where the critics say it's amazing and everyone else says it's horrible? Are we doing a Rotten Tomatoes thing? Or is it amazing and these reviews can just be written off as some opinions? I don't know. We're going to find out my opinion and what I add to that conversation right now. So here we go. I have poured some of this sexy looking brandy into my glass. And let's see what it tastes like. Has a very light smell, but my nose isn't the world's greatest. But I'm okay so far. I don't think it's that bad. Yeah, I don't think this is that bad. Let me do another sip. It's almost tasteless. Really, I'm not getting any apple, oak, or vanilla. Hang on. It's almost tasteless, but the reason I drank all 3 of those sips was because it has a burning aftertaste. Like, my tongue is kind of, it didn't, let me put it like this. When I first took the sip, it didn't taste so bad. But swallowing it, it has a strong, I still feel it in my mouth. It does have a slight tingle. It's not as hard as some of the VS and VSOP brandies, which I've reviewed in the past, and I wasn't so big on. At that point, I hadn't had as many brandies, though, but some of them were very hard and very heavy. This one is much smoother, so maybe there is little things they're adding in here for that apple and vanilla flavoring that is toning it down. So I'm not having the extreme reaction to it that I thought I might based on the reviews. So, 2 things. 1, that's my contribution to the E&J VS conversation. And 2, you probably shouldn't look up reviews. I look them up for like TV shows and movies and everything, but maybe I should just skip brandy reviews. Just gonna have one more sip here. Yeah, maybe there's some apple. If you have really strong taste buds, you might get a little hint of some things. I will say, if I'm going to choose a brandy I'm going to relax with at night, nightcap, I probably would choose something better. This isn't exactly making it to the top of my list. It's a smooth brandy, but it's not a distinct tasting brandy.